grocery store? When I get a kid walking in through a grocery store and they're heading my way, I step over so they bump into me. It's kind of a wake-up call. I think that's one of my talents. And I'm okay with it. One of my divine gifts is to help teach all of you. I'm a teacher. That's what I am. I'm a teacher, and I teach in a multitude of ways. So what I want you to do is make a list of those things you're great at. If you're great at pointing out people's mistakes to them, write it down. Own it. Be it. Be grateful for it. Be who and what you naturally are. Because that is a gift. And it's only someone else who's told you that that's wrong or right. It's not reality. It's all right. It's all good. Has anybody ever pointed out anything to you that's actually helped you? So if we're all too docile and we all sit back and go, oh, I can't say that. Where is the expansion in that? Where is the growth? Honor who and what you are. Revel in it. Number 4, I need you to be open to all possibilities. You know, when we're trying to walk through this world and we think, gee, if I do this, it'll all be good. Or if I do that, it'll all be good. If I buy a beautiful sarong top from Linda and I can walk around looking like this, it'll all be good. Maybe it will. I don't know. But the truth is we need to be open to all possibilities. I'm going to tell you a very brief story because I thought of it last week when Jenny was speaking. I can't tell you what part of her talk, but I knew I had to add this in. Rick and I have our own business. And we moved here to the desert, not with this business. We just packed up all of our stuff. I had a job the first year we were here. I had to drive to Fresno a few times a week. But I had a job the first year. But, you know, we didn't know what we were going to be doing when we got here. We didn't really know what was going to happen. But we somehow were guided that this was the next step in the journey. This was the next place. So we show up here, and we're just kind of doing our thing. And Rick's working on the house, and I'm going back and forth to Fresno to work, and things are kind of rolling along, and we continue going off and doing the things we do. We go to flute festivals and little music events all over the place, and we just love this stuff. And we show up at a music event in Northern California, and this man pulls out this drum that was, honest to God, made out of a propane tank. I mean, it had the handle sticking down the bottom, and he ground off the bass that it sat on, turned it upside down, he put it in his gym bass stand, and he had Rick play it on stage. And he told Rick, you should go make one of these. I'll give you my pattern. I got it online. Go take the pattern, go make one of these. And Rick kind of goes, that's kind of cool, okay. So we go home and we go buy a brand new propane tank, because don't cut into old ones. We go buy this brand new propane tank, bring it home, and he creates this instrument. And it was like a month later, and we had to go to another event. And it took us that long to do all this. And so we go to this next event, and we run into a musician friend of ours, and we're playing this, which is now kind of a funky thing. And we're playing this instrument we created, and this musician just fell in love with it and kind of pushed us to go further. So we come home and we make a couple more. And we go down to North Fork. Joanne Freemeyer had asked us to do an event down in North Fork and to come and play music. She wanted Rick and I to do an hour of music. An hour? I mean, we could do a couple of songs, but an hour? What are we going to do? We made this crazy playlist. We tried out, I mean, really minuscule things. You know, you play this flute, you play that flute, you do this. And, you know, we had all these combinations to try to stretch an hour. And we get there, and we're playing, and everything's going along great, and we come to a part in the playlist, and I'm supposed to play a flute similar to what Rick played today. And I go, looking around, and my flutes didn't get packed. My flutes didn't get packed. I'll just go sit over here. I'll go feel sorry for myself. You don't believe me, this is what I did. They don't care enough about me to pack my flutes. I don't play flute good enough. They did that on purpose. There's this lady sitting next to me. And she taps me on the shoulder and she says, "Where did you get that?" They're playing what is now a moyo drum. They're playing this tank drum. And she said, "Where did you get that?" I said, "He makes it. He made it." This was drum number 3, I've got to tell you. Drum number 3. So it got a little better than drum number 1, but it's drum number 3. She said, "Do you sell them?" I said, "Of course we do." "How much?" I threw out a price. She said, "I want one." For those of you who come to the flute festival, that's Vicki Dobbs, who does all the hand drums and things like that. And she's a wonderful spirit that bought our first drum because we stayed open to all possibilities. This has now become our full-time business. We've made about 500 or 600 drums now in 3 years or so, 3.5 years. And this is what we do for a living. Who knew? We travel a week or 2 every month, out venturing off to events and selling drums, and this is our life, and we love it. Who knew? But we stayed open to the possibilities. And when the possibility presented itself, did we say, "No, we've never sold a drum"? I said, "Yes! Okay, we'll figure this out." And things have evolved, and we're on, what did we say, generation 4 of drums now? Things just keep changing and evolving and getting better and better. Because we're open to those possibilities. And the last thing Joanna already talked about, number 5, is we need to be persistent. We need to be persistent in our spiritual practices. We need to be persistent in noticing when we're feeling sorry for ourselves. We need to be persistent in noticing maybe when we crossed our own lines, not somebody else's. We need to be persistent in giving kindness. We need to be persistent in sharing beauty. Like your artwork. I snuck back there and looked. Go look at the artwork. It's awesome. We need to be persistent in being who and what we really are. And if we can do that, the mirrors clear up. And we see the truth about ourselves, which is that right here, right now, each and every one of us is a divine emanation of spirit. Here on this planet right now, on purpose, here to give, here to receive, and here to be a blessing.